Hey guys, welcome back. The Spencer saga continues. Now we have an update. We have somebody that scammed him. So we have a scammer who scammed a scammer, a known scammer, and now we got a little bit of a dilemma here. So that's the thing. I want you guys to chime in down below. Let me know what you think after watching the video, after seeing the screenshots here that we're going to take a look at. Is it all right to scam a scammer? If it's for your own benefit as a scammer, or is the requirement to give all of that scam dollarinos to people who were scammed by the scammer? So what kind of was masked or thought of as a Robin Hood event where you would steal from the scammer who stole from people and then give it back to the people that were stolen from. It doesn't look like that's entirely the case here, which is it's unfortunate. That would have made for a better story. If you guys aren't familiar with Spencer Stroud or Zard Sanctuary, I suggest you go back and watch the video that's on screen here. I will put a link up above there and down in the description if you want to watch that before watching this one. But for anyone that would watch that later on and wants to watch this first, that's fine. We'll go through a quick little recap here about Spencer. He is notorious for not shipping. There was a whole instant where he's shill bidding. If you guys are on these platforms where people are doing this stuff, where they're selling this stuff, whether it's Facebook, whatnot, etc., if you don't think there is a wild amount of shill bidding that goes on that is just behind the scenes and you can't tell, you're fooling yourself. So desperate times, desperate measures, and you'd be very surprised how many people will take advantage of others, even if they think shill bidding is like, oh well, the person they bid what they wanted to buy it for, so what's it matter if I increase the bid? Well, no. It's completely falsifying competition, and it's scamming. Shill bidding is scamming. There's probably that's the thing. If anyone's even got half a brain cell on these platforms doing these live auction mabobs, unless they have like a tremendous reputation, and you fully trust them, there's a good chance that there's shill bidding going on in the background, especially when clearly, if you're selling a ton of items and the population of the chat of the participants is not really there, the only way that you're going to get anywhere close to market value on this stuff is through shill bidding. So there's not really any way that you can prevent that from happening. And that's why it's better to, like, even a platform, even the safest of platforms for buyers, you have to be careful for shill bidding, and that goes for eBay or whatever else. You got to be careful. You got to know who the shill bidding actors are. You got to be able to go in, look at the history, who's bidding, what they're bidding, everything else. So with our boy Spencer here, the G-Baller 69 that he is, he had his wife and organizing in DMs, which got leaked by an individual who was shill bidding for him. We have his wife Savannah and the whistleblower talking about what they should be bidding on this item in order to get the price where it needs to be. So a big no-no, and obviously that is not necessarily going to come out for every single individual that is doing this, but that is definitely something that got leaked. You screwed over a lot of people when you start getting even the people that are in on it exposing you for what you've done. All right, so we have claims, as we'll see in the video here in the screenshots, that he's stolen over $300,000 from collectively from individuals. I don't know exactly what the total is. I don't know if anyone has an actual total, but I can say that there are people that are coming forward that are saying that tens of thousands of dollars are owed to them, and a lot of that is covered in the previous video that I put out. So if you want to know more information on that, feel free to check that video out. All right, so we have the Pokemon Trade Complaint International conversation and trials that are absolutely hilarious. I cover those in that previous video as well. Basically, we got Spencer taking screenshots of stuff saying that he has no service, but he's got full bars, and he's on the Wi-Fi as well. He's got as much service as you can possibly get, which is hilarious. And then he pretends that he can't find the VOD from the incident that is in question, and clearly he has just deleted it. It's it's pretty fun to watch, pretty fun to look at. They're confused why he's wasting their time, but it's okay. He does the standard scammerino kind of little technique where he says that it's in the kids' best interest. You'll bring kids into it. You'll bring into like the fact that you gave people something at some point, that you have good experiences outside of the scams. But yeah, the funniest one I guess was that he lets his kids open stuff in the Walmart parking lot. That was his claim to being not a scammer. I know it's wild to think that that's just like a free pass. First of all, why the hell are you opening stuff in the Walmart parking lot? So guys, don't shop from Walmart. Go to psapikachu.com. If you're in the US, go to dosecards.ca. If you're in Canada, and use code RATTLE5 for 5% off. PSA Pikachu, no code required. Nice little insert to the shout out there. All right, let's get into, now that you guys have the backstory, we got a scammer who got scammed by another scammer. We're going to take a look at the Pokemon Trade Complaints International Public Service Announcement. Very, very thankful. And I'll have to thank a Little Broadway from Instagram for sending me this information. It's been I should have had this video ages ago. There's just too much going on, too much to cover, too much craziness going on in the Pokemon community. But yeah, this is gonna be an entertaining one, guys. We have Kamaski. Oh, Kamaski. Okay. My apologies. I probably butchered that every single time I said it. Public service announcement. Derek Hochstetler has been listed by PTCI and anti-scam for scamming/theft. The victim, in this case Spencer Stroud, is not allowed to make his own post as he is listed. He is a listed scammer himself. Therefore, we are posting to inform the community. Evidence slash screenshots regarding the situation are compiled in the link found below. Essentially, Derek chose to sell a booster box for over $1,000 to a listed scammer who paid via PayPal friends and family. Derek never shipped the box. The buyer made a post about it in his own private pages, and it got spread around from some other parts of the community. Guys, even if you're a scammer, be careful. Pay with a payment method that you can retrieve the funds. I mean, in this case, I don't understand like how he thought that like never anyone was going to like scam him in return after scamming so many people. I don't get it. I don't know how these events unfolded, but we have Derek proceeded to publicly admit to stealing the money internationally. He claimed he did it as a community service, quote unquote, and that he planned to donate a portion of the stolen money back to the victims who the original scammer Stroud had stolen from. Not only does Pokemon Trade Complaints International not condone theft or scamming of any kind, in this particular situation, Derek has also admitted multiple times to his intention to personally profit and keep at least part of the stolen money for himself, thus destroying his excuse of the Robin Hood fantasy. True, and I think that's the most important part here. I think it's better to just get law enforcement involved, and maybe some sort of a legal means of retrieving those funds for the victims, rather than stealing it back. But also, when you're stealing it back and you're spending it yourself, you're not helping anyone. You're helping yourself, and you're giving yourself an excuse to scam. That's my opinion, guys. Again, I want to hear what you have to say down in the comments. I want to hear what you think. I know a lot of people are going to be like, good, scam the scammers. Screw those scammers. Scam them 24/7. But I think, I don't know. It feels a little bit empty without the actual Robin Hooding, where that money is going back towards the people that were scammed. It's a small drop in the bucket compared to what he has stolen from other people. But nonetheless, I think it's kind of... it's grimy. You keeping it is pretty grimy. Since this situation has been brought to our attention, at least two other people have informed us that Derek had sent unprovoked DMs, which one person described as pushy, attempting to sell them the same booster box via friends and family that he later ended up scamming with. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's the thing too. Was he gonna scam someone, but then he ended up scamming a scammer, and he was like, "This is perfect. We can get away with it." Meanwhile, at least 2 admins from 2 separate groups who knew Derek from being a long-time and active member in their groups tried to reason with him about this issue. They got nowhere. He refused to make good on the deal and also continued to double down on profiting for himself, admitting to having spent part of the stolen money already and not having returned any to any of Stroud's victims. So that's the thing too, is it just saying that you're going to do something is a whole lot different than doing something. And then also where you're already spending the money, it's not like there's a ton of money there. As a result of the above, several admins have removed him from their groups already. We recommend others to do the same. Community members are advised to avoid doing business, especially via unprotected payment methods. Yes, please, for the love of God, guys. If you're going to go onto the Sketchballer Facebooks of the world, you need to protect yourself. Use the PayPal. Don't use the friends and family. They're not your friends. They're not your family. They will... someone will eventually rip your buns, and that's what we saw that happened here, even to a scammer. Or proceed at your own risk. For good measure, we will add this in case it is not obvious. Do not attempt to scam a scammer thinking you will get away with it. You cannot use a person's history to excuse your own theft or scamming, as these behaviors are still wrong and illegal regardless. So I'd like to know exactly, a little voice crack there, I'd like to know exactly what would have happened if what would he be off like scot free if he did give the money back to the people that got scammed? That'd be interesting to know. I don't know. It sounds like that's kind of their excuse for putting him in the negative bucket. But regardless, let's take a look at Derek. Derek, if you or anyone else that has any interactions with you outside of this that are scammeronious, would like to talk to me, you're welcome to do so. Join my Discord, send me a DM, and maybe at me in the general chat. Say, hey, I wanna chat. I wanna tell you what's going on here. I think most of the information here is kind of out in the open, and what it is pretty obvious. But yeah, here we have the Azard Sanctuary buy-sell chance. Congrats on scamming me, Derek Hochstetler. I thought they removed the group, but he brought it back now, I guess. I don't, guys, what the hell? Congrats on scamming me, Derek Hochstetler, for $13.50, which I sent friends and family because I have never had an issue with him. Best of luck, my guy. For shruggy boys. You can't make this up. We have hosting for Derek. I guess this is like where he's banned. Some of these I might not have the full context on. But again, guys, stop going into the buy-sell chance trade zones. Do it. Just, oh my God, I can't imagine like the headaches that are involved with this. Even if you don't get scammed, just the amount of like dip, dive, ducking, and tucking you got to do to avoid this like shady behavior. Or like you see constantly that people are like, oh my God, I have it's such a bad experience. You know what isn't a bad experience? Just go on eBay. Make some like friends outside of this stuff if you want to like do some trades or whatever. Make some actual friends, not necessarily G-baller, flipper dipper, auction, shill bidding, McNasties. Any of that stuff is it's typically a pretty bad time, a pretty bad idea. Again, and then to do it like the chance of getting scammed on a platform like this where it turns into a carnival. Even a regulated carnival, if you want to call it whatnot, a regulated carnival. I don't, my God, guys, please, just do it the old fashioned way. Sell it on eBay, sell it through wherever you got to sell it. But I don't know. There's always something here. All right. We have, some conversation here. We have Derek who says, I hope no one actually thinks I'm a scammer. LOL. We got Steven who says, yeah, sure, we aren't think that. Whisper face. Michael here says, Derek, you should give back to the people that got scammed by him. That would be the MVP move. Michael, straight up Robin Hood status, says Joshua. Derek says, Michael, he's stolen from a couple homies that I'll definitely be giving back to in some way, shape, or form. So this is like this weird thing where it's just like you don't have like a quantifiable amount that you're gonna give anything to anyone, because you're probably not going to. Like maybe you can buy them an ice cream or something. It's the same thing that we saw with the game store, where they were like selling off the staff cards instead of giving them to actual staff. And they were like, oh, don't worry, my judges are totally compensated in some way. Okay, how are they compensated? Why are they not getting the thing that was designed to be compensation for them? Who knows? Maybe you're doing something shady. Derek said, we got a little Derek conversation here, a little DM action. Someone saying, hey, Derek, I just wanted to message you. Someone sent us a post that you were supposed to send a team up BB, but didn't. And Derek replies with, I did it as a service to the community. Oh, guys, the community, the C word. The C word, guys, the C word coming out. Man, I hate that I have to like dance around that word because it's such a bad tasting word to come out of your mouth because this is used and abused in so many ways. The dude I did it to is an absolute POS and has stolen over 300K from community members. I'm sorry you guys view me as a scammer, but I promise you I'm not. Well, you stealing from him is not exactly retribution. I mean, people might get a good LOL out of it if they got scammed. But if the money that you're stealing back from him is not going to anyone that was actually affected by that, and if you're spending it in any way, I don't think you even have room to like take a commission. I don't even think you get to keep 10% as a thank you bonus. In this kind of case, before people start kind of saying that you're just also a scammer that happened to scam another scammer. It's not a free pass, at least in my opinion. And apparently in the trade complaints council, whatever you want to call them. All right, we got the post here where Derek is removed from at least one group. I guess, was he removed from the Zard Sanctuary? Dude, please, for the love of God, if you're in the Zard Sanctuary buy-sell chance, the odds of getting scammed in a place where the owner is a dirty scammer is just, you should know you're probably getting scammed if you're in there. Because is the scammer not going to allow other scammers? I guess maybe he allows other scammers, but just not the scammer that scammed him. So then you get kicked out. That's one way to not be in the scammer council. The scammer squad, which is known as the Zard Sanctuary, where shill bidding is daily and on every item. I don't know if it's on every item. It might not be on every item. On most items. On some of the items. All right, we have Chris who says, Derek, care to enlighten us on this? Derek says, just wanted to scam a scammer. Maybe some Robin Hood action, you know? So again, people like to hear this, but again, the lack of action on the Robin Hood portion of it, like if Robin just stole from the rich, I mean, it's a whole kind of different situation. Like, I don't know where you even put this. Stole from the scammers. If they're, I guess maybe the rich are scammers and Robin Hood. Anyway, the whole Robin Hood thing kind of breaks down when you're keeping that stuff away. We got people asking for a free giveaway, I guess. A little hard action. So, David says, ain't God good? Shane, this is the first time I've ever seen someone else do what I do. So I get, is Shane scamming scammers? Shane, are you giving back? Shane, also reach out to me if you'd like to show me how you're actually scamming scammers and giving that money back to the people that they directly scammed. I think that would be an all right cause. That, or maybe if it's going like directly to charity or something like that. But you got to be careful. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble if the scammer somehow has the means to take legal or law enforcement action towards you. And if it's not done on the other end, I mean, it would surprise me if someone that's ripping a bunch of people off actually decides to take any kind of action on someone that rips them off. But I don't know exactly here. Bailey says Spencer was a cool guy until he made me wait a damn near a year for my money back on car work. He was middleman SMH when I thought he was gonna do it himself. So I guess he's ripping people off in the car scene as well. We did look at his purple nurple automobile that I guess was funded through Scammer Box. We got Avnish, who I've spoken to in the past about the whole Spencer Zard Sanctuary ordeal. He's hopping on here. I think one of the posts that we looked at previously were by him. So I'm sure him and the other guys that got scammed by Spencer are having a good chuckle at this. And again, it's like a drop in the bucket compared to like what he's actually stolen from people. It blows my mind that there's anyone that still involves themselves with the desired sanctuary stuff. So if you guys can share this video, share the last video, kind of spread some awareness. Maybe we save a couple people from getting scammed in the future. Man, the whole, you got to be very careful with all this like rip and ship auction, rip and ship kind of stuff. We've seen it time and time again. Even somebody that you think you know and you trust can just poof, not send your stuff. And if you don't have a payment method that's done in such a way that you can retrieve your funds, you end up with like an Elon Musk taking off with all your dollarinos, and then or all your cards, I guess, that you're owed. And then PSA, the whole middleman thing. There's so many ways for it to end poorly, and not to mention the fact that you're kind of wasting your money paying extra in this type of way anyway. You're probably bidding against someone that doesn't exist, the person's wife and or people that are on the back end, just putting those bids in there to try and get the most money for the crap that they're selling. They'll let on they're doing it for the community. They'll say they're doing it for the kids. They'll say they're doing giveaways and they're a good person and they gave away something at some point in time. We see it every time, every single time. They'll make the same excuses. And no, it's not. Again, there's no free pass for scamming people. And I think the closest we've come to a free pass is this example, but it also required that they don't keep any of the money. So that didn't happen. So again, I don't know if there's a world or a place where this is actually a thing. But regardless, Bailey saying, keep bro, dude didn't pay me back for almost a year, and I personally know where he lives and dropped my car parts off to him. All right, what else we got here? We got a little message here from Derek that says, view me however you guys would like, but a portion of my money I took from Spencer will be going towards giving it back to some of his victims. Okay, a portion. I'm not a scammer. I have never been one, and I will never be one. Everyone in Pokemon community is 100% safe, whether you like to believe me or not. I've been in the groups for years and have never done anyone dirty, except for Spencer, of course. So where he was trying to sell this box beforehand, maybe he was going to sell it legitimately. We can't confirm that 100% for certain, but I don't know. I don't know if I would trust anyone on here with a friends and family payment. Anyone that's doing the flip, rip, dip, and shippings, it seems sketchy, it seems dangerous, it seems too risky, and why would you take that risk for very little incentive? Again, guys, if you need friends, if you need Pokemon friends, you don't have to make them through like rip and ship crap. You can just come on into the Discord, the Rattle Pokemon Discord. You can hang out with us. You can open your own product. You can purchase stuff. We can remind you if you would like. If you need one, let me know. If you'd like a set interval reminder that you need to pay with payment methods that can get your money back. Whether if you're buying from stores, especially sketchy ones that people have been ordering from, that have been disappearing, you gotta pay in a way that you can get your money back. PayPal, awesome way to do so. PayPal, credit card, double protection to the extreme. Double protection is probably usually not a good idea. But in the case of your money and buying Pokemon cards from sketchy locations, it definitely is. Or just save yourself the grief and purchase from places like PSA Pikachu. Purchase from eBay if you want singles, and stuff like that. So that's it. That's pretty much it, guys. That's the tutorial. All right. Derek says, "Damn, I've been removed from at least one group." Avnish says they weren't worth it. Which group? So I don't know. At this point, you got to remember that a lot of people are probably under the impression that he's going to give that money to people that actually were stolen from, or they're just happy that the scammer's getting scammed. I think it could have been an easy double win. I don't feel bad for Spencer in this case. It goes without saying. I don't think anyone should. But at the same time, it doesn't make Derek a hero in any way. Probably not, without the giving it to the people that are missing it. And even then, it's going to be like a small drop, but maybe it's a small win for those people if he did do that. And if he decides that he's going to do that, if he wants to do that, then by all means, I will happily make an update if he wants to show and prove that he sent it to people that were actually ripped off. Even if he wants to choose the people, if he has friends that were actually ripped off and wants to send that dollar value to them, I would gladly take a look into that. All right. Tao says, which group? Elite. Tao says, no way. Derek says, way. Sad face. All right, what do we got here? We have Daniel, who says, Derek. Tagging him on the Saffron City Trap House. That sounds like a dangerous spot. Derek says, I donate some of Spencer's money towards this, but it's looking like I'm going to have to refund that MF, so I don't think I should play. Again, we need the details here. If you think you're actually going to have to refund the money, I don't know if that was like a terms and conditions to re-enter any of these groups that you got banned from, or if you think that actually some sort of law enforcement reason that you're going to have to, that maybe that. Derek says, Avnish, no, but TBH, I've already donated a couple hundred of it. Now it's looking like I'm going to have to refund the MF. I'm going to have to sell some of my PC to come up with what I've spent in order to pay him back. This is poopy. So again, guys, there's nothing wrong with not having a lot of money, but also there's a shocking amount of this like flipper dipper, like buy, sell, trade, gamble, 69 kind of end of things. That there's a lot of people that are running on empty. If you don't have a couple $100 to complete the, I don't remember what the actual total was on the scam, $1,000 bucks. If you don't have the couple $100 to make that a whole dollar value that you scammed from someone, then you're probably putting yourself in a bad situation where maybe it becomes more appealing to scam or something along those lines. Not saying that anyone would do that even when they're in a bad spot, but we've seen it again with like the rip and ship where they're just like they run out of money, they don't send stuff out, and I guess that's their reason or their justification for just kind of pulling the ripcord and ripping people off. Ripcord, pun intended. It is now. We're going to pretend it was. Avnish says, Derek, do not refund. Trust me, he owes $15K personally and $300K to others. Some of their kids were promised Christmas packages and nobody got shit. Man, can you guys stop bringing the kids into all the crap? Please, for the love of God. They're like, oh, I'm doing it for the kids. I'm doing it with my kids. And meanwhile, you're there rip shipping. Like, the kids don't want to rip ship with you. They don't want to rip and ship. I don't think that's fun for kids. If you want to open packs with your kids or whatever, maybe they want to make a video or something like that, upload a video, sure. But I can guarantee you that your kids don't want to do a bounty 69 mega bundle, opening early product, ripping people off and all that. Like that it's such bullshit. It's all such bullshit. Avner says, Derek, and I don't give a flip what PTF says. I don't even have one. Everyone knows me. He does not deserve anything back. He got screwed once and screwed thousands. Avner says, Derek, not here. All you need is Poke Gang, right, Chris? Riley says, Derek, bahaha. If Spencer Stroud calls you a scammer, that holds no weight in the community. Dude is literally the scum between my toes. You should wash your toes. All right, we got another post here. This is the Avnish post. Nestor says, wait, so is Derek keeping what he scammed the scammer or giving it out to those who got scammed by the scammer? Derek says, Nestor, giving some back out to the community for sure. What the hell does that mean? Just give it all out to the people that got scammed. You can even pick your charity of choice. Not charity, but your scammy. You're receiving scammeroni. Pick one. Pick multiple. Whatever you want to do. I think that's kind of the get out here. Otherwise, you're kind of like a half-ass hero in this situation. Maybe there's probably some people that are excited about it, but also if you're gonna get kicked out of all these groups that you spent time and effort becoming a member of, I don't know why anyone would do so, but you're gonna ruin all that reputation to keep $1,000. That's what it says, Derek. Some or all. And is it to the community or to only the ones who got scammed? So then you're going to have people that are also like, are you going to do like a full community giveaway for all the peeps? Even the non-scammers? Can I get some free shit, please? Can I please? Please. Free shit, please. I know you scammed a scammer. Give us some free stuff. Everyone. Man, so many people out there for free crap. Earn your crap. No, and don't earn it by scamming anyone. Jesus Christ. Just work hard. You'll be fine. All right. Tan says, also question, can it run 7 monitors as well? I don't even know what we're talking about here. We got Derek's post. Is this like a gaming computer? Who the hell is using 7 monitors? It's like the freaking Matrix. I couldn't think of a better reference than someone with like 7,000 monitors. What's that hacking movie? It's called like Hacker or something. The hacking movie with 7 monitors. Name it down below, guys. Tan says, did this sell? Derek says, it did not sell, but I likely won't be waffling it off. If you'd like to bin, let me know. For anyone that isn't familiar with the waffle term, that's basically the workaround. We got the Facebook, they turned them into razzle dazzles, mixwazzles, waffle swaffles, McToffles, because you're not allowed to illegally gamble on Facebook. So they have that instead. That's pretty much it. So I don't know, guys. This could have been like a really cool story. I mean, it's still a pretty good story, but it's just a shame that it didn't actually end up being like the same dollar value that he scammed others for, that he got stolen from him. In order to like, if someone was able to do that and actually refund everyone involved for the total amount that they were owed or scammed from Spencer. I think that would have been a way cooler experience and or story, but we'll stay tuned. Maybe something else will develop here. I can't believe that people are still hanging out in like Spencer's group. I can't believe any of it. It doesn't, guys. Please, for the love of God, just don't go into the deep depths of Scammer Central, Razzle Dazzle, Mick groups. It doesn't matter how much people call each other out. They're all scamming each other. Oh my God, the friggin' the auction related stuff, the games of chance, all of that stuff. We've seen it time and time. We saw the Moonbryon swapped out. We saw the friggin' how many incidences of shill bidding that like get caught. But that's the thing. If they're even half-ass, not stupid McDupids, it's going to be very easy for them to hide shill bidding. And how do you even prove it? You don't. You just got to trust these people, and you shouldn't trust most of these people. It's a shame for the people that you should trust, because it makes them all look bad. But at the end of the day, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time with all of this. Just go above board. You shouldn't have to be changing names of crap on platforms in order to avoid getting auto flagged for illegal gambling. And there's no reason for the extra gambling stuff. I don't know, guys. Join the Discord. See you next time. That's all I got. Let me know what you think.